Dan's like, I need some chicken. I'm like, I want some chicken too, man. I could not get out of the fucking car.
Yeah, you guys are literally in the parking lot looking at the store
at the
being like,
place.
man, I need some chicken, dog. Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
I could kill for some chicken right now. You hear the neon sign like, They're just like watching people go in and out with chicken. Like roll down the window.
Straight up,
hey,
man.
yo, kid.
If I'd seen some kids, I would have legitimately done that.
Dad was even talking about it. Dad was like, I'm gonna give someone some cash
Hey, yo,
to get me some
kid.
chicken.
I'm banned from this Tuppence. Get me a fucking 3-piece. Hello and welcome to another episode of Fred Forgets Something at Zach's house after he gets really baked recording a podcast. AKA 7 days makes 1 week. To my left, not always, but to my left, joining me as always, is Dan Big Doinks Only Zaretsky. Behind the camera, crossing the I's, dotting the T's, is Zombie Man Zach, producer Zach. And to my right, rocking the Mark Messier jersey, would be Dr. Drayton. Yes. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. I just got off work, getting ready to relax, do this podcast, catch the game after. Have a great night.
Big Oilers W.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We're going to sweep.
It's not a sweep, but yeah.
I'm going to join this man afterwards to watch the game and hopefully watch them finish this first series of the playoffs off and win.
Calling it 3-1.
3-1, right?
As I was on my way here, I had the freaking Stanley Cup Dodge truck behind me. Like have you seen that thing? Lifted Dodge Ram with the Stanley Cup in the back. And in the oil rig, in the derrick, I guess. Yeah.
When I was coming down Grote Road on my way here, there was like, the two people in the front were like trying to keep it together. They were all like 22 to 26-year-old white dudes. And the two dudes in the front were like trying to keep it together, and the three guys in the back were just fucking partying, man. They're like, wah! Fucking trying to get everybody to like woo with them. And then I just started laughing, and the one guy's like, they got a reaction out of somebody.
Yeah.
And then as I'm driving away, the one guy, I can see him, he's got a beer like this, and he fucking starts shotgunning in the back of the car. I was like, oh, right on. These guys are having a great night.
Fuck, I missed out. Shit. Yeah, well, pretty much if you remember back when we were going through that COVID stage, the Freedom Convoy has now converted into the Oiler Convoy. So now they're repping the Oiler flags and the Stanley Cup and all that stuff.
Right on.
They're getting a little convoy together and blocking traffic and stuff. It's a great time.
The traffic blocking fucking sucks.
Right.
I remember one time I lucked out. I went to Calgary on a drive with Din, and we passed it. It was like on the other side of the road. And I remember texting him being like, man, that's going to fucking suck on the way back. And then when we were on the way back, they were all pulled over onto like, to eat. Like off the service road at one of those little diners. There was like, I mean, some of them were still on the highway clearly, but they weren't blocking it, so it was sick.
Yeah.
So, you guys were not here. What was that?
Last week.
Yeah, today is only the 20-something.
That is
About
correct.
a week ago. You guys were not here.
About a week ago.
Yeah,
Because
about a week
shit was all good
ago.
about a week ago.
Yeah, we took a little plane ride and left YEG and touched down in YYC or something like that.
YVR.
YVR or something. Yeah, so yeah, we got on the plane and took off to Vancouver from the 19th to the 21st to celebrate the 420 events. And what a 3 days was that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we started with day one, Dan coming to my house, and I slept in, and he got there, and I woke up, and we got to the airport with a half an hour to spare.
Yeah, we barely made it. Barely got our luggage on the plane. Like, I've never walked through airport security, walked to my gate, and immediately walked on the plane before. So, and that happened twice this trip. So,
Yeah, second time was a little bit worse, but we'll get to that part there.
second time was a little closer. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, we touched down in Abbotsford, grabbed our rental, had a little snack there, headed on the road to Vancouver from Abbotsford. Went to our favorite spot, Duffin's. Had to grab some donuts and some chicken. Yeah.
You said that so like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Chicken?
well, yeah, deep fried chicken and donuts. Great combination.
Yeah, and what did we do after that?
We went to THC.
Oh yeah, THC 604. grabbed some weed and shit, and then sat in the car in the back parking lot for 40 minutes. Waited for Dankmark to open up. Went in there, got some drinks, got some snacks, and then where did we go? Airbnb after that, or what?
Where did we go? We drove around. I think we did a tour. We did a lap of like.
Yeah, Hastings.
Yeah, Hastings. We went all the way through downtown. Went over the big through Stanley Park to the big bridge.
Yeah,
North Van. We just did the classic tour. Little sightseeing, and then I think we checked into our Airbnb.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time. Airbnb, good spot. We were in Chinatown. Thought it was going to be pretty sketchy, but it was actually pretty dope.
Building was great. The area around it was sketchy.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Got into the Airbnb. It was super nice. Dan went to go sit down on the couch. I was like, I'll kick back too. Went over to the couch, sat down pretty fucking hard, and broke the couch. As soon as we got there. Which
also had to be my bed for the trip. So.
Yeah.
So you broke his bed?
Yeah, I broke the bed. Well, like the couch. It's a pull-out couch, right?
Man, I just got an upgrade.
Yeah.
It's like you sleeping on.
Jay always gets the fucking bedroom.
Hey man.
Airbnb. So
well, I was gonna have a lady over the next night, but didn't end up happening. But yeah, you should have took the bed. You could have been like, I'm taking the bed. And I would have been like, sure.
Oh, dog is all good. I don't mind. Playing with playing the balance game with the broken couch with one leg down is all good.
Literally the first thing to happen as soon as we get check in is boom. Dre breaks the fucking couch.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What happens after that in terms of talking to the Airbnb people? Did you guys just put a piece of wood underneath?
No. We just kind of like twisted it back and kind of pushed it into the corner and hoped for the best. And
attaboy. That's
you didn't hear from her, have you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Have you got reviewed?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
You haven't checked?
I haven't checked the app.
Shit. You never. Yeah. You never know. We might be getting a bill for $500 for a couch.
We've been through multiple Airbnbs before, always for these trips, and I've never had an issue. We've never broken anything. Even in this, Dre was like, "This had to have been broken before," because the first time somebody sat on that corner of the.
Yeah, it was fucked. I really didn't even sit down that hard on it. It was just like fucking.
This is like a couch / sofa bed that's made for like 120-pound single white female with a cat. Like. Not for 2
300-pound plus men.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Right.
It should support all weight, no?
Right.
Well, yeah. Well, at least like
they need to make them like elevators and put a warning on there. Max people this, max weight that. Like shit.
Or tell you if one part of the couch is not as strong as the other part of the couch, so if you were to sit somewhere, that's where you want
Your
to sit.
couch is just all black leather. There's just a big red section. It's structurally unsound, this area.
The integrity has been recently compromised. Please do not sit here.
Do not sit.
Honestly, though. And then what do we do after that?
we went to the lounge, I think.
You guys didn't go to the place that I've told you to go to
right,
twice.
So hold up. Right before we checked on the Airbnb, we went to Down Low Chicken. I forgot about that. Best chicken sandwiches.
Bombs.
Ever.
Yeah. And you gotta go to Down Low Chicken Spot. When you go there, you gotta check out that menu. And if you're looking for a little something special off the menu, you gotta ask for that Down Low poutine. Because it's something a little special they do off the menu, so I recommend doing that. We didn't get a chance to do that because I found out after the fact we left. But, yeah, fucking unreal. Unreal chicken spot. Best chicken sandwich I ever had. I had to take a photo of it so I can remember it for life. I'll tell you the next time I go to Vancouver, I'm going there again.
Yeah, she reviewed me right after. I just didn't get a notification.
Yeah.
Said we had great communication and left the place in tidy shape. I would be happy to recommend them to other hosts.
Woo!
We should post the link of that Airbnb in the description of this video. I'm just joking.
Yeah, right.
Tag her. With a timestamp.
Definitely, the next time I go, I'll stay there again, bro.
I would
It's
too.
a prime spot.
It's a great, honestly, it's for us. Everywhere we needed to be was within a 5-block radius, realistically. Obviously we ventured way outside that area, but if we had to go there, if we had to fly there and have no vehicle, I could happily take an Uber to that spot and then walk wherever we need to go.
Yeah. What were you saying? You recommended a spot for us to go.
I recommended a place.
Was that the dumpling place?
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck.
But see, it's not dumplings. Dre.
Well, no,
I'm just not
I told
telling
him
you
that.
what it is because You'll actually
told
think
him
you
it's-
told him the whole thing?
I told him I told him the
Yeah,
gist
yeah.
of it.
Bro, I knew about this spot before Dan told me.
Did I tell you about it already?
No. Me and my ex, when we were in Vancouver last year, I was like looking up like special places to go, and yeah, I was gonna go there, but it just, I don't know, nothing on the menu
Special
I liked.
places.
You're not going to
Places
eat.
in the parkade.
Huh?
You're going to have a drink.
A drink?
Yeah.
If you want a nice place to go have a drink in Vancouver, Granville
Go to
at
this
Gringos.
Is this the speakeasy place?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember what you told me.
A cool fucking experience,
Yeah.
but this guy's too cool for school.
To be honest with you, it wasn't brought up once on our trip. We got way too fucking baked.
What? You're fucked, bro. I 100% brought it up during that trip.
When we were there?
Me and Fred were talking about this, that you didn't want to go as we were talking about it. Yes, while we were there. 100. Second day.
Yeah,
That I
I don't remember
attest to,
this.
because I do remember telling him to call you a bitch for me because you weren't gonna go.
Yeah, fuck. Who knows? I probably just got too
Because it was
baked.
in Chinatown. Because I remember the last time I told you, like, bro, I don't even like dumplings. I'm like, dog, I've never eaten a dumpling in my life. Go and ask for this thing on the menu, and you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, fuck you, Trey.
Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to get into trying new things. It's difficult.
Dude, it's a place that's like not even as big as this living room, and you go and you order, like, there's only 6 items on the menu, and you order like the number 7, and they open this big meat freezer, and you go in, and it's this long hidden bar, and the bartender's dressed all proper, and it's like a super proper bar, like probably the most proper bar I've ever been to, and they give you like a menu, and every drink comes with a script, or every drink comes
I
with
remember
a
you
story
asking me
and
this
shit.
now. Yeah.
It's dope.
Fuck, don't know what happened
Definitely
there.
worth
Should have
checking
gone.
out.
But
The
there's a
next
couple.
time you're in Vancouver.
Yeah, there was a couple of things this trip that was different than our usual. We used to do this trip annually before COVID happened. Like, for example, this time around we got real unlucky with the weather. It's usually always been sunny when we've been there. This time around it rained 90% of the time.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, it
Bring
wasn't
an
too
umbrella.
bad.
Nope,
Nah,
but shout out to the
our
Airbnb
lovely
for supplying
Airbnb
Dre,
host
the
had
umbrella.
an umbrella, so Dre was dry and Dan was soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I stood
So-
3 hours in the rain essentially.
yeah, and then I'm under the umbrella at the 420 event, and I can see Dan trying to get under the umbrella, but really all the umbrella is doing is pouring
The
down
rain is
straight
running down
onto
on
Dan,
you. Yeah,
just soaking him. I was like, fuck, I'm
Well, it didn't
I'm too
matter.
baked.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wasn't even really smoking weed too much before this trip because I'm kind of trying to not smoke too much weed anymore. But yeah, we just got way too fucking baked that
I
weekend.
told you were gonna get way too baked. The
Even the
moment you
weekend, though, it was
left,
the
I
week.
was like,
It was
you're
during
gonna
the
get
week.
entirely too baked. I told both of you that you were going to get entirely too baked.
Well, Dre's a good influence for that. You know, if you want to get too baked, you just hang out with
Yeah.
Dre.
Facts,
Even if he doesn't want to smoke weed.
facts, and
So then what else happened? You guys went to this down low chicken spot?
yeah,
Yeah, that
went
was
to
new for
Donald.
us,
That was
which
bombs.
is gonna be a staple every time we go there now.
Yeah.
Um,
What do we do after that? We go to the lounge.
yeah, I went to the lounge,
Yeah, I went to the lounge.
and then we cruised to East Hastings.
We didn't even end up going in the lounge. Or
No, first night we went in the lounge.
Yeah, it
100%.
was 420.
Yeah,
The
the
next
second
day we
day.
couldn't get in. It was so fucking busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to the lounge and then yeah, chilled for a bit after that. My buddy ended up coming into town. Met up with him and his buddy. Had some drinks. Watched the Oilers game. And then yeah, just had a couple drinks that night and went to bed. Off to next day at 4:20. Right.
Well, that night we Dre picked up a couple of what are they called? Hay yalls, whatever. What are they?
Toots?
Okay. Yeah. So we go to the liquor store
On the way home.
and just the quickest liquor store. Of course, it's got to be in fucking Hastings, right off Chinatown. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. Walk into the liquor store, smells like piss and shit. Homeless people galore. Homeless people buying liquor. I've never seen this before in my life. Homeless people go out there buying liquor. They got money. Panhandling, whatever they're doing, whatever. But yeah, so I go in there, grab my fucking 12-pack. I open up this thing, and while I have the door open to grab this thing, this guy walks past me and bumps into me, and he like looks at me and he's like mumbles something at me, and then he pulls his shirt up, and he's got this fucking big ass machete. So he flashes this machete at me, and I'm like tripping. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'm good. And then yeah, he goes by me. He stands in line. I grab my 12-pack. I go stand in line behind him, and he turns around and he looks at me and he's like, "Hey, I'm Darren, by the way." So now he's introducing
Jack,
himself to
nice
me.
to meet you.
Right? Yeah, cool, right? Nice to meet you, crackhead. And then, grab the booze and get out of there. But yeah, fucking guy. Weird thing to happen. Glad it didn't end up being anything worse. Hastings.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah.
Someone trying to jab you with a needle or something.
Right.
You know, we're shotgunning those hay yalls, and then we decided to look down the balcony into this. We're on the 7th floor, okay? Looking down into the alley.
Oh.
Also, this is another first for us. This is the first time we saw the fucking sewer rats of Vancouver. You could clearly see the rats running all over the place from the 7th floor all the way like everywhere. It could have been humans walking down there. That's how clearly you could fucking see these things.
Loud as fuck,
Crazy,
squealing and
huge,
shit.
huge fucking rats.
Yeah. Is that?
That's
Did
wild.
we
When
go
I
for a
went to
walk that night?
Vancouver-
Yeah,
and
so
Montreal,
exactly. That's
never
why I was
saw
like,
a
we could
rat.
bring up that. Well, that's the thing. Like, we've never seen it in Vancouver either. I've been there. This is my 5th or 6th time being there for an extended stay, for the 6th, I think, and I've never seen them before.
I don't even think I've ever seen a rat in my life.
No.
No, these are 100%
Hundreds.
rats. We saw them.
Were these rats too big that Beast couldn't go one-on-one with one?
No, Beast could not play with it.
But
It would be a challenge for Beast to
You don't think
like
she
try
could
to
take
kill
one
it.
rat?
Well, she might be able to kill it, but like it wouldn't like how like
It'd be a
She,
fight.
cat
she might
plays with
get
a mouse.
scuffed up here. and
Yeah,
there.
like there's no
Okay.
playing with this thing. This is a fucking 4-pound chihuahua, but
Yeah,
like,
straight
but
up.
like way heavier because it's a rat. It's thick, like it's
Yeah.
got a long ass tail. Yeah, and there was endless amounts of them. So we ended up going for a walk later on in the night, just to go
Do something.
yeah, because we can't smoke in the Airbnb.
Walk
so we
around
went out to have a
Chinatown
smoke,
off Hastings at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, so a good little walk.
You guys could have went to a drive and walked around somewhere
Nah,
else.
we had
we got the straight Vancouver like downtown experience. We saw all the animals that are available there: crackheads, rats, and raccoons. Dog, we saw. Bro, I walk around the corner and typical, bro, just like any raccoon, like it's climbing down the tree, looks at me like it just got caught mid heist. Okay,
Yeah.
like it has such an expression, and then me and him lock eyes for like 10 seconds, and it starts to walk back up. And there's another raccoon higher up in the tree, and it must have been his girlfriend or something. It starts whacking him as he's coming back up. It's telling him to go back down. It's like pointing down. It's fucking whacking him in the head. He's like, no, go get me fucking food or whatever. And then Dre comes around the corner, and then the raccoon is like, fuck.
Yeah, and I'm just
And
like,
it's not going down. And we're like, okay,
"Come
we'll
here,
leave it.
Come here.
But yeah, so that was another first for us. Fucking
Yeah, I've never seen
Vancouver
raccoons.
Fucking.
Yeah. But I do have to say, like, it was a super cool experience to walk around Chinatown at 2 a.m. That's one of the oldest places in Vancouver,
Yeah.
built in like the 1880s. Just super cool environment to like experience at 2 a.m. with their like every light post has like these 2 purple lights on it. It's like just super old school looking, watching crackheads in the corner just bobbling. Yeah, and then.
It was a good time. Or having random people come out of your building at 2:30 in the morning and getting in their car to go, like, with a guitar in their fucking hand. It's like, bro, where are you going at like 3 in the morning with a guitar? Like,
Yeah.
where are you busking at this time of day?
Yeah, some weird shit.
Got into a nice, really nice old Volvo wagon though. That was sweet.
Yeah. We saw that old Rolls Royce too.
Yeah.
Was that like a 60s or 80s
yeah,
or
like
something like that?
not like a 60s Rolls
60s?
Royce.
Yeah,
That was
that was
clean.
pretty sick.
That was
And then 420 was the next day, and we
It
got
poured
up-
like a fucking. It poured like crazy. It was raining all day. Didn't
Yeah.
stop once. Fucking.
Did
It
you
wasn't
even smoke your
drizzling.
joints?
It was tough. I was like, I had to light them like under Dre's umbrella, and then I had to be chuffing on them to keep them going. Like, you could see the drops appearing on the joint. Like it's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
What did we do before the event? We just drove around for a little bit.
No, we drove to Sunset Beach first to check out what's going on there.
Yeah.
Then we drove to Thornton Park, checked out what's there. Went back to the apartment, parked,
Got hella
got
baked.
ready, and headed down to Thornton Park because that was just 2 blocks down the street or 3 blocks down the street from.
Is Thornton Park that place that's right outside Mark Emery Smoke Shop?
No, that's like a different. That's a different park.
That's Crackhead Park.
Yeah.
It's like some veterans like memorial or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Thornton Park's right outside the historic rail station looking building.
I don't
There's a
remember.
real nice ass building right outside of
Yeah, where they have the SkyTrain, I think.
Well, the SkyTrain, yeah, but that was there. the building's way older than the SkyTrain. The building looks like it was from the 1800s or something like that. Like a real nice, like old school.
Yeah, super old school.
Looks like it would be an American train
Like
station
3 blocks
somewhere,
away
like
from
Chicago or
Chinatown,
New York
yeah.
or something. You know, like something.
Said Chicago really authentically there. Cool.
Okay.
So how was 420?
Rainy, but good.
Yeah, it was pretty lit.
You know, it was because of the rain. There wasn't as many people as there usually is.
And I gotta say, it was extremely disappointing for like
The vendors.
the vendors and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, when me and him used to go, it was like crazy fucking weed, and like there's people selling ounces for like $200, and like crazy stupid weed, and like some of the cheapest weed you can get there was like $100 an ounce, and like just so many different flavors, so many different like companies and shit.
From all over Canada, like
All over
from East
Canada.
Coast and everything. It wasn't just locals.
And then now it's just like you could tell there's not really anybody coming from like around Canada, and it's just your local people from the island, you know, growing their pounds, selling pounds for like $400, like $400 a pound, $40 an ounce, and it's just like the shittiest weed with like just not properly trimmed, you know, stems galore, and it's just like I think we might have found like 2 good vendors, like not even that good, like decent vendors out of that thing that were like selling some all right stuff.
Yeah, like there was like 4 ounces of concentrates was like $100 or $80. It's like how
14 ounces or something it was for.
no, there was 14 grams of live resin for $100 or something like that. But I seen 4 ounces like a QP of like concentrates for like $100 or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? Like
That's fucked up.
yeah, like
probably
what is
laced
that?
with
That's
fentanyl.
poop soup, buddy. That's gonna
Poop
kill
soup
you.
Fenty.
Yeah, Fenty.
Take a dab. What's
Well-
happening to Fred?
Well, that's all Hastings, man. Like that's all. We're just
Fucking dope
watching
leaning?
people. Oh, yeah, bro, so funny. I think Dre has a good video of a guy doing his little like
Oh, he's literally just standing up.
thing. Yeah, standing up and like he's
Fucking heroin Harry.
bro, like
Fucking
Like I used to
15
send you guys
minutes.
on. I'm so glad I don't work downtown anymore, man. I don't have to see heroin Harrys every day.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then after 420, I think we just went back to the place and got a little bit more higher. And what do we
Where
do
we go for
after
food?
that?
where did we get dinner that night?
Did we go for the barbecue spot?
No, that was the third night. No, that must have been 420.
Though we went for the barbecue place.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah. Yeah, went to the barbecue place. Because, yeah, we've been getting pissed on all day, and we got pissed on.
Yeah,
fucking
we
walking
went to
from
the
parking
barbecue
there, too.
place.
Yeah.
D Dutch and
The Dutch was the morning of 420.
Yolks. The last day there we went there.
Yolks
I'm
was
pretty
good.
sure. Pretty bomb fucking.
Okay, so how'd you
poached
almost
egg.
kill Dan, and how'd you guys almost miss your flight?
That was the last day. So
Well, we went to the lounge to just kind of get rid of whatever we had left that we had purchased.
I
Nothing
bought
on
I
the
bought
plane.
this fucking 2.5 gram joint off the beach with like 0.7 of like some dry sif hash in it, and it's got like a hole down the middle of the joint. It was proper. It's
Yeah,
proper.
donut.
And then like I bought a quarter of this other weed, and I was like fuck, and then 2 grams or
It's like, fuck.
2.5
We rolled
grams
up
of
to one
this
joint,
of this like live resin
I remember
stuff as
seeing
well. And yeah, we would go to the lounge and took some dabs, rolled a fucking massive joint, you know, the king size papers. I took 3 of those, stuck them together, and rolled like a 7 gram joint. You stick your thumb in the top of it. It was a big boy. Smoked that, got pretty baked, and then we smoked the other joint after that, did some more dabs, and then
Everything was good until that point, no problem. 'cause
everything was
routine
good,
like
you know?
usual,
We're
you know.
just smoking our weed, doing
And
our
then
dabs,
Dre-
and then I was like, yeah, let's get some candy. So I go and get some candy, and I'm like, cool, they got edibles. I'm like, fuck it, I'm fucking gonna do some edibles. I haven't done edibles in a long time. So I bought 1 pack of 500 and 1 pack of 600 milligram gummies, and go back there, and I think Dan probably had maybe like 200 or 300 milligrams, I'd say, and I had the rest.
And then we had to find our way back to the airport. Remember, we're in
No,
downtown Vancouver.
we're coming now out of there, and we're like feeling pretty high, and we're walking up the hill, and next thing you know, we're getting a fucking parking ticket, which was wonderful, and then we get in the vehicle, and Dan's like, I'm really fucking high. And where do we drive after that? Do we sit there for a bit?
No, we took off rather quickly. Dre was trying to get into an altercation with the parking ticket lady.
Yeah.
So I decided the best bet was to get out of there. We went to Ernest Ice Cream.
Yeah, we went for ice cream, yeah. Yeah, sat in the car for a little bit at the ice cream place, contemplated life a little bit, went in, grabbed ice cream. Ice cream was bombs. We came back to the vehicle to eat the ice cream. It was fucking unreal. I was like, I'm kind of going to get some more ice cream. And then next thing you know, those edibles really hit us. Dan passed out, like, out of nowhere. Dan just like, and then I'm almost out. I'm like this close to being out. And we're probably about 3 hours away from having to be on our plane. And this thing's just kicking our fucking ass.
We're still an hour away from the airport. Like,
yeah, shit's kicking our ass. I'm like, okay, Dan, before we leave Van, we need to go back to Duffin's and get some chicken. So, next thing you know, we're just sitting there. Dan's like, I just need a little bit. I'm like, okay, no problem. And then, next thing you know, Dan couldn't drive anymore. And, I pretty much had to kick fucking Dan out of the driver's seat, put him in the passenger seat, and which is literally, if anybody knows Dan
That's fucking crazy.
drives himself around.
Dan
he doesn't let
once
anybody.
told me he would never drive in a vehicle that somebody else was driving. And I was like, even me? And he was like, bro,
Yeah.
anyone.
And Dan,
Anyone.
Dan got this rental under his name only, so my name's not even on this thing, so it's even more sketchier because I'm not even attached to this insurance, right? But anyways, convinced Dan to get the fuck out of the seat. I end up driving. I
I wish I could have been in the wall. If I was in the back, I just would have said, let me drive.
never been so fucking high while driving in my life. You know, it's it's fucked. So we're driving. I'm like, okay, we're going to Duffin's. Pull up to Duffin's. I don't even remember getting to Duffin's. But anyways, pull in the parking lot, and we're sitting there, and we're like just so fucking high, and Dan like keeps like passing out.
I'm couch locked. I cannot move.
Passing out up and down. I'm like couch locked too. I'm like, I can't get out of this vehicle. I'm too fucking high. So we sit in the parking lot at fucking Duffin's for 30 minutes.
I had no.
Takes about 30 minutes to
perception
get
of
to
time.
Duffin's. Took about 30 minutes to get to Duffin's. And then another 30 minutes in the parking lot at Duffin's. So now we're at 2 hour mark. We should be at the airport right now, but we're still in the Duffin's parking lot. Dan's like, I need some chicken. I'm like, I want some chicken too, man. I could not get out of the fucking car.
Yeah, you guys are literally in the parking lot looking at the store
at the
being like,
place.
man, I need some chicken,
chicken.
dog. Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
I could kill for some chicken right now. You hear the neon sign like, They're
I
just
was
like
like-
watching people go in and out with chicken.
Literally.
Like roll down the window.
Straight up,
Hey, yo,
man.
kid.
If I'd seen some kids, I would have legitimately done that.
Dan was
Cash,
even
bro.
talking about it. Dan was like, I'm going to give someone some cash
Hey, yo,
to get me some
kid.
chicken.
I'm banned from the Stuffins. Get me a fucking 3-piece.
Yeah. So anyways, I was just like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. With all my power, I pushed that door open and I just put myself out of this fucking car. And I'm walking in there and I'm like, holy fuck, I am cooked. I've never been so cooked in my fucking life going into anywhere. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'll be able to talk to these people. They're going to look at me. They're going to think I'm a fucking crackhead. So I walk in there and I'm like, hey, can I get 6 pieces of chicken and 2 spring rolls? And they're like, okay, no, all good. So, yeah, go back to the car. We're fucking munching out on this chicken. And, we're sitting there for like, I don't know, another 20 minutes. And Dan's like, I need 2 more pieces of chicken. And I'm like, nah, bro, I can't go back in there. And, anyways, pushed myself out of the fucking car again. Went back in, got some more chicken. Came back into the vehicle, crushed that. Then we, like, really thought about it. I'm like, okay, we should probably get going here. Punched into the map, the airport, fucking started driving there. Also, we were having an issue with the car. The tire kept going low. So
The valve stem was
before we had to
slowly
return the
leaking.
car, we had to fill the tire up,
With some air.
fill the car up
And fill-
with
yeah.
gas. So we still got to go to the gas station. So anyways, find our way to the gas station 45 minutes later. Get that all done. We're probably another 5-10 minutes away from the airport. fucking got Dan to drive back somehow. And we get there, and next thing you know, the plane's already full of people. It's already pulling away on the tarmac. We're like fucking running late. I'm walking through the airport. Totally forgot that I had my blazer, which is our the torch to light the daybreak, in my backpack, which I always put in my kit, like the
Suitcase.
check
luggage.
suitcase.
Yeah.
Forgot it in the backpack, so I got pulled aside, and Dan had to fucking piss at that
Yeah, I
time.
had to go piss.
So yeah, now I'm getting my fucking bag ripped apart. And they're like, yeah, you wanna, like, you can't take this on the plane. I'm like, yeah, I kind of know that. My bad.
A literal.
Do you wanna leave it with some family down here? I'm like, nope. You can just put it in the fucking garbage right there, I guess.
That's what, 80 bones down the drain.
Bro, that was
$100.
$120. That's the OG blazer from
back
when
in
it
the
first came out. And then yeah,
Nope, you can put it in that garbage right there.
we're making our way to the plane, and yeah, literally we have to walk down onto the tarmac, walk across the tarmac, walk up the stairs to get into the airplane, last people to board. And then yeah, all I remember is getting on that fucking airplane, it taking off, and then us landing in Edmonton. I literally passed out for that whole plane ride, which is literally impossible for me to sleep on a plane, but it happened. And then yeah, we fucking touched down in Edmonton. Fucking baked as shit still. Had to go find my car, got back in my car, drove back to my place, and yeah, got inside, went to bed, and ended up calling into work the next day because I was still too fucking high to go to work. Yeah.
For legal purposes, that was a fantastic fictitious story that you just told.
Yes, we never left
That
the city of
included
YAG. We were always in YAG.
Consuming large amounts of drugs and driving. That was a great fictitious story.
Thank you.
Yes.
Very fictitious.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Anyway, continue on your fictitious story.
Yeah, no, it was.
You just missed. So when did you get sober eventually? Or
the next day at like 5 p.m.
So like over 24 hours after taking the edibles.
I'm not joking you. I slept till 5 fucking p.m. the next day. I woke up in the morning. I'm like, Kate, not going to work. Back to bed. 5 p.m. Woke up. It's like, oh, I should probably fucking make some food now.
Yeah, honestly, I kept telling Dre, I was like, if I go to sleep, I'm gonna die, because I was like, there's more than just THC in these fucking edibles, dog. I was like, these are.
This guy's like, oh, it's Percocets or fentanyl
No,
or
I was
something.
like, no
bro.
fentanyl. I was like, yeah, there's some perks or something in here, bro. I was like, something in here is like
Yeah, it was
knocking
fucked.
me the fuck out.
It was fucked. I've taken lots and lots of edibles. I've
I used to
taken
eat
more than that
2,000 milligrams
dosage.
a day. That didn't phase me. This fucking phased me.
yeah, 300 grams used to be nothing for us.
Yeah.
I used to come to your house and we'd just eat a 300-gram cookie because we got
And
off
that'd
work.
be my third
Yeah,
that
you'd just give
day,
it
and
to
I'd
me.
still eat more before I go to bed.
That would not. I can eat like 50 milligrams at a time maximum.
Remember, I literally don't think
Yeah.
edibles even affect
They
me.
affect
I know
me
what
a
you're
lot.
saying, that sleeping on a plane, though. I told the story last week of hitting my hair a couple weeks ago, I guess now. It came out last week. Of hitting my head on the Eiffel Tower. When we flew home the next day, a guy from my high school had gotten, like, everybody had the little portable DVD players at that point, and he had gotten a DVD of the Incredibles movie, actually, and I hadn't seen it, and I wanted to watch it. And I remember sitting down, I passed out, and when I woke up, we were, like, landing in Montreal, and I remember, like, waking up and looking, and everyone around me was looking at me like I was a fucking ghost, dude, and I was like, what the fuck? And everyone's like, man, and I was like, where are we? And they're like, Montreal, like, we just landed. I remember looking at the guy next to me being like, bro, you didn't wake me up when the food came? And he was like, dude, fuck you. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I asked my cousin, and she was like, yo, like, we were literally shaking you at one point, and you did not wake up. Like, we were very concerned for, like, your health. Like, that guy next to you was fucking tripping for hours on this flight. Like, we didn't know what happened to you, man. You just had this head injury. Now you're on a flight, and he's like, we shook you at one point, and you did not wake up. So the fact that as soon as we landed, you just like, what's up, y'all? Everyone was like, yo, what the fuck? So I get it. I didn't do a bunch of drugs. Well, I did kind of a bunch of drugs. Did a bunch of Tylenol, but
Oh, sick.
did 3 Tylenol 4s in like
And the altitude difference.
a little bit of time, probably like. I did 2 Tylenol 4s, went to bed, woke up, and immediately popped the third one. But
Liddy.
yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, were you chopping them up on the folding tray and just fucking?
Yeah. No. No, I've never snorted a drug.
Good for you. Good for you, man. Straight on. Anyways, I would like to pause this real quick here, and we're gonna try a new drink here. It's the Pepsi Nitro. It's I don't know, YEG Exotic. Shout out to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dre, for cooking the podcast up with some.
Yeah,
sweet
with the
yeah,
gifts
no
that
problem.
you brought.
Yeah, so
After I
these
just threw
things
you under the
you
bus.
you gotta chill the can, and then you gotta pour it really quick, like dump it.
All right, let's
So,
do this.
Here you go.
You know, chill the cat. What?
They're already
It's
chilled.
cold. Give Dan his glass there, and there you go, sir. Yeah, bro.
So just pour it really hard right now.
So we're gonna crack this.
Yeah, it's not gonna spill.
Well, fuck. Spilled all
Can I
over.
get a little bit of napkin over here, please? Yeah. Were these shaped?
Oh, that's good.
Drop it, eh? Thanks, brother.
Maybe they weren't cold enough. That's why they're cold. I don't like.
Yeah, it could be.
Whoa!
Heavens to Betsy.
There you go. You want a napkin? Perfect.
Pissed myself.
Looks like a fucking Guinness.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably tell somebody that was a Guinness. Right when it like not when the foam dies like that, but right when you pour it.
It reminds me of like a root beer float, but
Yeah.
Pepsi.
When I was chugging down the foam there, it tasted a lot like a float.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so these probably need to be just a touch colder for them to have the full effect. But they're delicious either way.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
Yeah, super tasty. Super good.
But,
It's weird. It's not flat, but it almost kind of seems flat.
It definitely seems flat, right?
yeah.
Yeah. That might just be how it is. I know I tried the vanilla Pepsi flavor like this too, and it was the exact same.
To be honest, I don't really mind flat-ish pop. There's like a fine line.
Usually I
but-
don't like it, but this one I don't mind. This one tastes.
It
Like,
doesn't have that like weird bitterness to it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, because like as I grew older, I kind of like became less of a fan of carbonation. I mean, I guess you slam beers quite a bit, so carbonation doesn't bug. No, you drink twisted teas more often than not.
My gosh, speaking of that, went over to Buddy's house last night, played some pool, and wanted him to grab some teas, and this guy found the craziest tea I've ever had in my entire life.
Did you get them from Sobeys?
No, I
liquor?
just got them from some fucking random
Dude, I
crackhead
wonder
liquor
if
store.
this is the same. Continue.
It's Pabst beer. So if you've ever had their beer, they also make a hard iced tea. It's like 7%. It's pretty strong, but literally the tastiest tea I've ever had. You know, it goes down nice. It tastes like a tea, not really alcohol flavor, but the aftertaste, it just gets so sweet like a tea. I don't think I could ever have twisted tea or hay alls ever again. That's my drink now.
you also found some carbonated hay alls, which was new to you in Vancouver.
Oh yeah.
Just
They
new to
threw
me
a
too.
extra 3. It was a 15 pack rather than a 12 pack, and yeah, that was my second pack. I ended up buying down
Yep.
there. Eh, fucking alcoholic I am. Eh. So yeah, these 3-pack they were just lemonade hay alls. It was a new thing, and I was like, fuck, shotgun these things, and yeah, pop them open, take them back, and I'm just like. Right away, I'm like, holy fuck. And yeah, just choking me and Dan out on these fucking carbonated fucking hay alls. It was crazy.
Wasn't expecting that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever like drank something that you thought was something else and it completely fucked with your brain?
No, I know what you. I've seen
Never had
people,
that
that
happen
happen to
to me,
people, but I've never experienced it myself.
Man,
When they do the box thing and you got
No, that's different. Blindfolded is different than like.
no, yeah.
Like I say, you look at something and it looks like milk, and you drink it expecting it to be milk, but it's like just white water. Like you'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like it would shock
That would
you.
be trippy too, but no, I was just like, after drinking in like the college days and shit, we'd go to Ricky's quite a bit, and for a longest time, I would get an orange juice and a chocolate milk. And the one time I picked it up, I must have been like talking to somebody across the table or just that hungover or whatever, but I picked it up expecting it to be chocolate milk and it was orange juice. So as soon as I took a swig of it, I just like instantly thought this chocolate milk must be like so sour or something. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
That's actually delicious orange juice.
I for sure had that happen. Have you know you're a big Kobe fan?
Yeah.
There's a Mamba Forever drink. Have you ever had that?
No.
No.
I've never even heard of that. That's
Check
cool.
it out at YAG Exotic Mamba Forever. They're like $15 though. You can't find them anywhere though. They're like this coconut grape
Oh, I'm
flavored
interested.
drink, but I don't know. I've never been a coconut fan, and
I
I've
love
never really
coconut.
tasted much coconut water shit before.
I love coconut water.
So yeah, ended up fucking opening this thing expecting like a big powerful grape flavor, and all I got was like this really bitter coconut flavor, and it was just super disappointing. But hey, you'll love it.
Jared's hyping it up, and then it's just like so anticlimactic.
Time is it? 7:34. You guys want to get out of here so we can make two others game or what? Starts in 26 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
It's body armor. Oh, that makes sense. That was his drink.
Yeah, that's it.
That was like his brand of
Sweet.
his like energy drink or whatever. He told the NBA he wasn't gonna drink Gatorade. He was drinking that
Oh yeah.
on the bench and shit like that.
Oh, when you're the best player in the league, you
Goat.
can just fucking tell people that and be like, okay.
One guy tried it because he has his own drink. Fuck, man, I can't remember his name. It might be like Aaron Fox. Darren Fox. Might be, but somebody like that, and they had their own drink, and the publicist like came and took it from him from the table. Like they removed it from the table because he wasn't allowed. Wasn't
Showed on TV.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to do that. Soccer players usually a lot of them remove the beer.
Yeah. So Oilers game. It's 3-3.
No.
No,
3-2
3-2.
Oilers.
3-2 Oilers. If we
Game
win
6
tonight,
in
it's done.
in
Round 2.
Los Angeles this evening.
Is it?
Yeah. By the time this comes out, we'll either be in the second round or golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's going to be a good game. What do you guys think the score is going to be tonight? I'm going to say 3-1 Oilers.
And was that last one an empty netter?
Yep.
Last time I did one of these was for game 2, I believe. Game 2, maybe. And I had picked 4-1, and the score ended up being 4-2. So I'm also again going to pick 4-2.
Nice.
Right, not again because I didn't pick it the first time, but this time I'm going to pick 4-2. And the last one will be an empty netter.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4-2 for the Oilers, obviously.
Yeah.
What do you got?
1-0 in overtime. I'm just gonna go the complete opposite direction.
Good for you, man. These goalies are
I
going to
picked-
fucking
and that was
shut
a-
these motherfuckers
That was
out
just
then.
that was a game time decision right there. I was gonna say something more aggressive.
That happened in a Blue Jays game that I went to get a haircut today. When I just sat down to like wait for the barber, I was just watching the game. The Blue Jays won the game 1-0 in the 10th inning. So the whole game ended 0-0, and they won it 1-0 in extra innings. Like,
That's
fuck,
crazy.
that would have been boring. To like sit for that game, it's like fuck. There was a game the other day where a guy that played for I'm not even a big sports fan. I just happened to see this. A guy that played for the Red Sox hit 2 home runs in the same inning. So that means he was up to bat, hit a home run. They went through their whole batting order without getting out and ending the inning. He came back up and hit another home run, and the second one was a grand slam.
Wow.
That's sick, right?
Solid.
That's crazy.
Grand Slam's got to. I mean, I know you guys aren't even like. Well, I guess you're kind of a bigger
I
sports
played
guy.
baseball, so I know.
Grand Slam's got to be one of the sick, like a walk-off Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Like, got to be one of the sickest fucking.
That
things
and like
ever.
gunning somebody out at home from the outfield, and then also like
Or just a called
gunning
shot.
somebody.
If
Yeah.
you call your shot,
That's true, too.
that's a pretty good one too.
The Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth.
Well, it's not just Babe Ruth, but other people.
But he was the guy. He was the.
Yeah,
that's the Babe
like
Ruth.
the called shot bat, like that. That's
the
like
point the
most
home
famous
run
bat.
and then crank a home run. Yeah.
Technically, Owen Nolan did that in an All-Star game too against I think Martin Brodeur or Dominic Hasek. He came in on a breakaway and pointed.
He pointed top corner and then went there. Yeah.
That was pretty sick. But again, it is the Babe Ruth. So.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
What would you rather do? Hit a grand slam to win a game, or hit a buzzer beater in basketball to win a game?
Buzzer beater. But like
Can it be a
half
dunk
court,
buzzer beater?
half court buzzer beater.
Not really.
Steph Curry from the
Technically,
fucking
yes.
third
If I'm already in the
quarter
air
of the
and the buzzer
fucking
goes?
As
court.
long as the ball's out of your hand before the clock runs out.
Actually, it would be interesting to hit the grand slam because you're down by so many more points, right? So it's not like you just hit a walk-off single or anything like that. It's that you hit you actually.
Yeah, for it to be a walk-off, that means like the game is tied, and then they batted in the top of the inning, so you're in the bottom, so they've already gone on offense, so they have no chance to win. So when you hit that grand slam, the game's just
But
over.
you have to be down by 3 runs already. It's not a one.
Even if you were down by 1 or 2 and it just put you over.
I guess, but it's more dramatic if it's the exact right number.
Yeah,
of runs.
100%.
Yeah, it would be more dramatic. And just running or walking around the bases would be fucking lit.
Just doing the LeBron James around the bases.
Sure.
No, I don't know. Would you feel more psyched getting like a home run, hitting it out of field, or watching the other team fumble the ball the whole fucking time and you get to run all 4 bases? You know?
Like an in-park home run?
Yeah, well, but where they just fucked up, like they're like
They're gonna
fumbling
fuck
hard.
up real good. Like
They got to fuck up real
I've seen
good.
it
the
though.
ball
It's
and
it
ridiculous.
happens.
It happens
Yeah.
with pitchers, man, which is ridiculous.
What'll usually happen is you hit it not all the way to the fence, and the guy going to catch it misses it, but it's got
Yeah.
so much sauce it goes back to the fence, so he's got to turn around, run all the way back there. So now you're usually like coming around second. By the time he picks it up and throws it, it's either there or the fucking guy at the base or the guy at the plate fucks it up, and you get to run in from third.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe because I've hit a buzzer beater before, but it wasn't to end a game. But like
In what, ping pong?
no basketball.
Just kidding.
It was funny because I celebrated like it was the end of the game.
It's like the first quarter.
It was halftime, and I remember I fucking whatever. I hit the shot, and I was like, yeah. And then I looked at my coach, and he was like, "There's 20 minutes left, and we're down 6." I was like, "Yeah, all right." Like walk to the fucking locker room. High school basketball.
Oh, buddy, I remember junior high basketball. I was just playing in the gym one time, and I took the ball from the other side of the court, and I fucking whipped it, and I got it in the basket, luckiest shot ever, and the coach saw me do that. And I like shooting hoops, but I'm not the best. And coach saw that, and he's like, "You're on the team." And sadly, I was the worst person on the team because I didn't really make any other shots.
Dude, that happened to me at a basketball summer camp because I was into basketball. So I went to like a U of A summer camp.
Yeah.
And there was little coaches, and they like kind of like drafted you. I didn't even like the one guy told me about it because I went to a same college that he went to years later, and he was in the basketball program. And I remember asking him about it because he looked familiar. But my mom would drop me off early because she'd go to work, and there was a day where I hit 3 hook shot 3-pointers in a row, completely fluke, and I was ass, man. And yeah, one of like the coaches like was like, yeah, all right, took me, and I was fucking terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, scouting is a science. Like it takes a lot to be a
I
good
mean, you
scout.
should have fucking known. I'm up there throwing up hook shots from the 3-point line, regardless if they went in or not. Clearly, I'm not fucking Steve Nash out here.
You're just styling, bro. Just
Right?
Styling those shots.
But that's been another episode of 7 Days Makes 1 Week.
Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. Hit us up with some suggestions, questions, recommendations, scenarios.
Yeah. Drop a
And
comment.
I hope you enjoyed our story of how me and Dre went to Vancouver in the meta world
Yes.
and not in the real world.
Exactly. Games.
Peace.